What's going on, ladies and gents? This is Dot Connect Wednesdays, episode 67. Today, we're in for a wild ride. We got a couple of updates going on in the crypto space that's going to impact everybody. And also, we've got a couple things going on with the banking space. So, strap in. You guys are in for a wild ride. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Steve, what's going on?
Nah, everything is good. Guys, I'm off tonight, so I'm just a spectator, just a mere spectator. Um, yeah, have at it.
All
I'm
right,
here though.
my guy. All right, so first things first, just because this is pressing news, this just came across the ether. Bank of America customers right now, they are experiencing another outage. So you guys can read the headlines all you want, but I just want you guys to understand something. One, this is not the first time this has happened. Two, this is not going to be the last time this is going to happen. As you all know, we've continuously been having bank failures, bank collapses. We've been having network outages, cyber attacks. All of the above has been going on, especially in 2024. And this year, we've seen it happen a multitude of times. So this is not even alarming, but just to cover it so everybody knows what's going on. I know there are people who has no clue that this is even happening. There are about 20,000 users who have reported outages. One, they're either not able to see their accounts at all in their mobile or online accounts. Two, there are people who are able to see their accounts, but there's $0 reflected. And in three, there's people who don't have the ability at all to do any online transactions or mobile banking transactions. So now let's put this into context. 2024, the year of de-dollarization. This has been the focus all across the board. But there are new systems that are coming into play, and all of the banks must be on board. They must be in alignment. So from here all the way up to about 2028, we're going to see this happen a multitude of times. So here's what I need to convey to you guys. One, the importance and the power of being in cryptocurrency. If you are not invested in crypto or you don't know how to invest in crypto, you don't know how to transact in cryptocurrency, this is why Skyton Academy exists. We have a 5-part series for you guys in course form, and it lays out all the fundamentals, everything that you guys would need to get into crypto, to learn it and know how to operate efficiently and do this in a way that you're protected. We've covered it all. All right. Everybody who was on this call who has taken the course, you guys are good to go. You can stand for a refresher, but everybody who's watching this on a replay or out there in YouTube world, the link will be in the description for you guys to be able to partake, and you can learn everything that you need to right there from that clip. Guys, these banks will continue to shut down and have glitches just like this because all banks are becoming digitized. Real world assets are becoming tokenized. Everyone and their mama is coming out with stable coins. You know what a stable coin is? It's a digital form of being able to transact something of value. It's like a synthetic dollar. And if everybody is moving away from the tangible fiat dollar because it is dying, the value behind it is plummeting, and countries are moving away from it, you need to learn how to operate in this space digitally. This is beyond important at this point because this is going to impact you personally and your children at this point. I'm going to share my screen with you guys because this is something I want you guys to be able to utilize as a resource. So you guys should be able to see my screen. This is just the article right here. Now, this is the resource I want you guys to just have, at your disposal. It's called Down Detector. Anytime there's a network outage, there's a bank outage, any of the above, you guys will be able to come right here. One, you can report the problem if you're experiencing it yourself, or if there's just something that came across your ether and you wanted to look into it and see what's happening, you can come here and actually see the reports itself. So this one is specifically for Bank of America, and it's telling you that this is the problem that everybody was reporting today with their banking accounts. And if you are part of it, you can report it here, and then you can see the actual chartage of it. Now, there was just a recent update, literally right before we started the call, that basically was like, hey, they're working on this quote unquote glitch. But we all know this is not a glitch. This is a stress test. Banks are literally about to go through this same issue, and they're going to continue to happen until we have our Black Swan event. All right. So the important thing to take away from this is, one, get your money out of these banking institutions. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not here to fearmonger you. I'm just telling you guys, you might want to be prepared. All right. Start pulling your money out of these banks, making sure you have fiat on sidelines, and you also know how to transact in crypto.
Yo,
Yo,
where are they supposed to put the bread?
what you mean?
If you telling me to pull my money out the bank, where are we supposed to put the money? I just want
So
to make sure there's some people that may not even really know like what they can do.
yeah, nah, absolutely. So what you want to invest in, just to answer that, good question too. What you want to do is you want to invest your money into education, right? Into a community that's teaching you. This is why we have what we have. We have the products available for you. One, I understand that cryptocurrency is still emerging. There's still people who don't know what to do with crypto. They don't know how to operate. They don't know the ins and outs whatsoever. So that's why you come to us, because we would teach you everything that you need to know in that aspect. Once you are on board, you are a part of a community. And we don't just have one product, there's a multitude. All right. So, what you would do in this aspect, one, you need to have cash on hand, right? Because the banking system itself is just due for a Black Swan event. Things have been happening economically all around the world. Banks have been closing. People have been shut out from having access to their capital, right? So the first thing you want to do is you just want to have assets available to you. Now, there are other forms that you need to have your money into as well. And this would be one, cryptocurrency. You would have it in something like a stable coin, something that may not fluctuate, that does not fluctuate whatsoever, but you also will be able to leverage, once you're in and you have the knowledge, there's projects that will help you scale your money, grow your money, and you don't lose money in cryptocurrency unless you sell. So when you come into the academy, we're teaching you things like, one, the basics. Two, we're teaching you utility projects, things that people can invest their money in that will grow, they will appreciate. The prices will fluctuate up and down, but it's this kind of similar to the stock market. All right. And then what you would do is you have exchanges that we sign you up, that we provide to you guys, that you guys can sign up for, and you guys will be able to scale from there. We give you protected exchanges. We give you tried and verified exchanges that you all can use. Easy to sign up. You guys will sign up. We teach you the security protocols and parameters. And then we also teach you about security. Security is the number one thing. This is going to tie into another topic that I want to cover, but security is the most important thing for every single person on this call watching this. It does not matter. Your security is vital because one thing is happening more so now than it has ever before. Just in 2024, in the first 9 months, there's been $2.7 billion of exploited people. And what I mean by that is we all have banking apps on our phones from, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, whatever, right? We also have investment applications on our phone that people use, whether you're doing stocks, crypto, Forex, whatever the case is. What's happening is there is a cyber warfare that's going on with different countries. People know that this is the age of a digital revolution. As technology begins to advance, what's happening is people know that there are other people who are using it who are not well versed, and they're getting exploited. So what they do is they send false emails. They send false text messages that have links inside of them. And as soon as you click on them, you're cooked. One, your personal information and your data is compromised. Two, some of your logins, they're even accessing your photos and videos to utilize to be able to blackmail you or take your likeness. And all of your fintech apps, like your Cash apps, your Venmos, your Zelles, your PayPals, all of these things are all susceptible to hacks. So in this year alone, just in these first 9 months, it did more in hacks than it did in 2023, the entire year. So this is so important to stress. The more that you have on these phones and on these devices that you're utilizing, you have to understand how you can protect yourself, how you can move safely and securely, first and foremost. Then on top of that, you have to also know, one, how to operate in this digital landscape. What safety protocols and parameters do you have in place? What investment practices are you taking? Are you logging in on your mobile device or your iPad or your laptop out in public on public Wi-Fi? Most people do, because they don't think about these hacks and these things that are occurring all around them. They're just simply not aware of it. And hold on, let me let people into this room. So yeah, they're just simply not aware of a lot of things that are happening all around them. So the most important thing I want to stress to people is the world is changing all around you. You have to, one, be aware. And if you're a person that's not paying attention to what's going on around you, you have to at least be in a community that is able to pinpoint these things and point these things out to you. Every single person can be a victim. I don't care if you've been in this space, crypto, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you've been out in the world, you can potentially be attacked, be hacked, be compromised. So this is a call to action for every single person. If you're not in crypto right now, one, you need to get into crypto. Two, I strongly urge you to start paying attention and start looking around you. Don't teach yourself to be fearful in any way, but teach yourself to be even more cautious than you are. I got a message before the call started, and the call was telling me that this person's mother was transacting in cryptocurrency, and she had no cold storage. The money was left on an exchange. Earlier this morning, I got another message. A guy was telling his parents they needed to invest. They invested on a centralized exchange, and they left the cryptocurrency on the exchange. You know what happened? They were out and about. They went on vacation. They were on Wi-Fi. From just simply being on Wi-Fi, and they didn't have a whole bunch invested, but it's the simple fact that they did have something invested. They come back from the cruise. They check the exchange. All the investment is gone, 100% gone. You know what happened? They were compromised. They clicked on a link, and basically the link was telling them, thank you for your purchase of whatever package that they did on the cruise. Come to find out, that did not come from the cruise line. That was an attack. And because people had no clue or thought anything about it, and they clicked on that link, they were compromised. Now imagine if that was their bank account. As of right now, it was only the cryptocurrency exchange. Now imagine if this was their bank account, their life savings. This was a Cash app or something like that. And this is money that people rely on. Right now, I think it was a data point Steve put out a couple calls ago that said if one person misses out on a paycheck, right? Just one paycheck. They're one paycheck away from dire needs, like being broke. And that's the average American. So the average American doesn't even have $1,000 for emergencies. So when things like this happen, they automatically set off my antennas, because I know that there are so many people out there who simply don't know what to do in these type of situations. So make sure you guys are paying attention. One, two, you guys definitely need to be 2 feet in. You cannot halfway do this. These attacks are going to continue to ramp up. They are going to get way more complex and complicated because the technology is leading us to a place where even a bot can sound like a human. A text message can have that human aspect to it, where you just automatically assume this was an actual person who sent me this message, and without thought, you just move. And last but not least, please just take a beat. Think before you act. I'm taking a lesson of this out of my own book. Steve tells me this all the time. He's a guy that moves at 1,000,000 miles per hour, right? He can think rapidly and he can execute on certain things. So as I'm sitting in my student seat, I also have to remember I'm a fast mover, but I may not think things through. So when I'm talking to you guys, it's not even just a lesson for you, it's a lesson for me as well. Nobody is above security practices and protocols. And if you guys need a resource, the parts of the foundation, parts 1 through 5, will give you every single thing that you need. And it is available to you guys inside the academy. And even if you guys didn't want to, to elect to being a part of the membership, right? The membership is $50 a month. And all of these things are available to you. But if you're a person that you don't want to sign up for a membership, we have it available for you guys for purchase. The link will be in the description below. It's $97. That is an investment into your future. That's a security protocol that I advise every single person to take and be abreast of. And if everybody in the academy, you've already taken it, double back. Watch it again. Make sure you guys are on your P's and Q's. Make sure your crypto is not on exchanges so you guys aren't falling victim like somebody that might be new coming in. All right. So part 4 is crypto scams. I want you guys to get familiar with that. And part 5 is cold storage wallets. We provided you guys with 5 of the best cold storage wallets that exist on the market with the highest security protocols, air gapped, everything. We gave you guys breakdowns and you have everything that you need. All right. So outside of that, please just be careful. All right. Next, we're going to go into some good news that I think Steve had mentioned on a previous call, but he didn't go too far in depth into this. So Gary Gensler and his cronies at the SEC, they finally, and I mean finally, did something right. So those of you who do know, the SEC is known for their overreaching and their overstepping of their power, right? All the SEC's job is simply to protect the investor, the retail investor. That's you and I, right? That's their only job. Here, I wouldn't say that it falls in line of them protecting us, but this is a good call because this is going to kind of give us foresight into what's to come. So when I tell you guys that you need to get into cryptocurrency, I'm telling you that there are big behemoths that are going to also put the flashlight on the industry of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, and it is going to be a windfall of people coming in, bringing tons of capital. All right. So the SEC approved Bank of New York Mellon to be able to custody crypto beyond the ETFs. Right now, as you guys know, we have 2 ETFs available. We have Bitcoin ETF and we have Ethereum ETF that's been approved. The next ones on the list are Solana and is going to be an XRP ETF. Now, today, some new news just came out from Bitwise. Bitwise officially and formally filed an XRP ETF. So that means we told you so, it's happening. All right. But outside of that, we're not tooting our horns, but understand that Bank of New York Mellon is the largest custodian of assets in the world. They have $47 trillion of assets that are being custodied. What this means is you just gave the green light to the largest custodian in the world. You don't think that's not going to impact you, the retail investor? When you guys are able to actually hold these particular assets that these guys are going to be custodying and doing an ETF for, you're going to be able to invest in the actual tangible asset. So that means for you, if you're properly positioned, you're going to be in a position where your crypto bags are going to exponentially increase. And this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I know and I'm just connecting dots. What you choose to do with this information, 100% up to you. Now, as of right now, at this moment in time, this news just came out September 26th. Today is October 2nd. So this is just 4 or 5 days ago. Right now, the two assets, the main assets are going to be Bitcoin and ETH, of course. And the SEC gave Bank of New York Mellon a no contest result in their decision, which means it's up to the bank 100% of whatever assets that they choose to add as a custody asset. It's 100% up to them, and they'll get the same designation. And they laid that out inside of this article. So that is incredible to me. All that lets you know is the world is going to continue to drastically change and shift. And if you are properly positioned and you're in the right place, you're in the right assets, you've got your proper holdings, you poised to do some real good numbers. That bag gonna look real nice. So everybody that's dollar cost averaging, you doing what you're supposed to do, continue that. All right. Definitely don't let off the gas. And right now, we are seeing all things going on. We have war going on. That you guys, I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but Iran just launched a ton of rockets, that missiles and stuff that's going on. They're trying to retaliate. The United States, of course, we're helping out Israel and other countries. We just send all kinds of unnecessary money to Taiwan when we have our own problems here. But ultimately, why I'm bringing that up is it's going to impact the markets. Right now, it's already impacted the markets. It's made the markets kind of operate on a decline. So over the past, I want to say 3 days, we've seen a nice decline. This just means cheaper and better entries for everybody to get into certain projects. All right. So if you operate in the mindset of never waste an opportunity, you'll always be on the good side of things. All right. So don't be fearful. Don't be scared. Even when it's blood in the streets, even if it's yours, always seize the opportunity. Carpe diem. All right. Now, the next thing that I want to go over is, and correction, it's 49 trillion. So in that last article that I just went over, Bank of New York Mellon just got approved by the SEC. Now here's where I get into my dot connect bag. So there was a former head of digital assets. His name was Elmir O'Brien. He was at Bank of New York Mellon at the top of the year. And in January 29th, I believe, you know where he went? He left Bank of New York Mellon and he joined Ripple. Now, if Bank of New York Mellon is the world's largest custodian, bank and security services company with $49 trillion in assets under custody, and this is as of June this year. Do you understand how massive that is? Oh, and Bank of New York Mellon is a Ripple partner. So you see the connections? See where I'm going with this? What they're going to do is, if the largest asset manager or custodian is coming to be a partner with the best blockchain that has never had downtime, that is just recently released, well, not formally released, but they're in the process of releasing a stable coin so that they can tokenize Do you see where I'm going here? Am I connected? Am I making sense? Are y'all understanding how powerful that is? And you guys got this information for free. All the one percenters. We broke down what the project was that Ripple, the company, utilizes. We're lining you guys up with information. And what does information do? Information always solves problems. You get presented with opportunities, and it's up to you to execute. What I want to tell you, thank you. Will, I appreciate that. Will said I'm making dollars. I ain't making cents, I'm making dollars. So I appreciate that. Listen, you guys got to understand one, assets right now are being super suppressed in price, but it doesn't mean that the actual projects itself are not done moving. They're literally building, scaling, creating new partnerships, new pathways, new payment rails, and payment systems by the day. And when I say this, they're not just working with companies, they're working with countries, whole governments, whole countries. And countries are nothing but oversized enterprises. They've got huge bags. And you know what they're doing? They're building. So, Champ, what exactly are they building? They're building new payment rails. They're building a brand new quantum financial system that everybody they have to. It's not an option, and it's not an if. You have to transact in this new system. There's a period of time, which is right now that we are currently in, where everybody, it's a dual system, right? Banks, us, the retail investors, everybody has to go through this period of change. It's going to be uncomfortable. There's a bunch of things that happen that might alarm you. They kind of make you like, whoa, wait a minute. Let me assess this. They make your antennas go up. But in the background, the new system is already in play. And you know who's already using it? Every single bank, period. And I'm not just talking about here in the United States. I'm talking about around the world. Every single bank has to be on a new payment system because this is what they're changing. They're changing this for a reason. The way that we transact money today is horrible. The systems that we have today are outdated. They're old, they're inefficient, and it's faster for you to literally get on an aircraft and travel with your money from point A to point B than it is to do a regular transaction. And that's not how money is supposed to move. Money is supposed to move at the speed a conversation moves at, or a text message is sent, or an email is sent immediately. Money Mike, if I said, I'm in dire need, I need $100 million, and you got $100 million right now, would you prefer, well, me personally, do you think I would need that money right now? Or you think I would want to wait 20 days, 15 business days? Right. I need it right now. And that's the path that we're headed on. Now, the reason we're headed on that path is because in the new world, the way technology is moving, money cannot afford to lag when technology is moving that fast. The money has to keep up. And if you follow the money presents the opportunity for everybody. So I'm not telling you guys to solely focus on money. I'm telling you guys to focus on the opportunity and the information that's being presented all around you. But if you aren't paying attention, you're going to miss it every single time. That's my spill. You guys have to understand that this is happening right now. And outside of that, one of my favorite companies I like to mention, this is BlackRock. BlackRock, Larry Fink already told you guys what was to come. He warned you guys that tokenization was the next iteration of money. You know what BlackRock is doing? And this article just came out yesterday. BlackRock is preparing for a US dollar collapse. And to put this into perspective, BRICS itself is a block that ultimately just wants to move away from the dollar. They're tired of all of the rules and the regulations, the tariffs, all of the blockages that the United States weaponizes and uses the dollar for, right? Now that we have BRICS and BRICS Plus counts for about 38% of the global GDP. And if everybody in the BRICS nations have all agreed to use local currencies or a new payment system and to move away from the US dollar, what do you think that means? That means something new is coming. And what BlackRock has done, $9 trillion asset manager BlackRock, they just launched a fund to back a new crypto stablecoin with Ethena Labs called USTB, right? UST BlackRock. Now, the interesting thing I want to bring to home with this one is that Athena stablecoin, the developers, all from the Athena Labs team and with BlackRock, they established it for one reason. They want to tokenize assets. They want to de-dollarize every single thing in their midst. They only want to utilize things that they've created as a hedge against the US dollar. Now, in doing so, creating a stablecoin is a what? It's a cryptocurrency, right? Now, if BlackRock tokenizes, in which they're already doing, they already have a digital liquidity fund called Buildle, right? On BlackRock, they partner with Ethereum. Ethereum has a virtual side chain which runs on the XRP ledger. Now, if they're creating a synthetic digital dollar that is set to be launched in February of 2025, that means that BRICS nations and everybody in the BRICS nations must already be on board in order for this to take place. So if you're not in cryptocurrency and 2025 is right around the corner, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to miss out again on an opportunity because you're not paying attention to the data, to the information that's being put in front of you. And those of you who are paying attention, who are on their P's and Q's, you are the people who are always going to be ahead of the curve, who are set to be able to take advantage of these situations. It's never about the loss when you're dealing in info, when you're dealing in data, right? Everything is a lesson. And I want you guys to realize, like, if their new payment systems keep coming about, that means the existing ones have to change. They have to go away. So you can't just rely on what you previously knew. The information is new. The information is refreshing. It's going to keep on evolving. It's going to keep on happening. So if you're still stuck in yesterday, you're going to be one of those people who either fall into two categories, the useful or the useless. And which one y'all think that is? It's going to be the useless, unfortunately. And that pains me to even say, right? But that's why it's everybody's job. One, to learn this. Two, to spread the word. Everybody got families. Everybody has loved ones. Everybody has someone else that they need to pour into. And if you're not doing that, you're going to be doing yourself, your loved ones, your family, friends, a huge disservice. Because in a world that's lining up to happen right now, you guys see it with AI. It's not waiting. This technology ain't waiting for nobody. So I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to tell you guys, listen, this is happening. So whether you're prepared or not, the time is now to be prepared. Now, this brings me to something that I want to tell you guys about when it comes to you guys having your assets on exchanges. This is to some probably a one-on-one type of conversation, like this aspect of it. When you purchase cryptocurrency, you use an exchange, you leave it on the exchange. One, that's a huge no-no. The reason being is because you don't own it. Even after you've purchased it, it's in your account inside of your wallet. It's on a centralized exchange. And in the fine print, you don't own the private keys. So you have no control over what happens to the exchange. So if the exchange shuts down, if the exchange goes out of business, if somebody decides to do a FTX situation and they misappropriate your funds, or Alameda situation where they take your bread, or a Celsius situation where they take your bread. You see where I'm going? This is not the first time this is happening, and it's not going to be the last. But people seem to just keep forgetting that people a lot of times cannot be trusted when it comes to large sums of money, large sums of capital. And when you put yourself in a position to be a creator and create an exchange or something like this, you're in a position where you can do a lot of people wrong and people's moral compasses are off. So what's happening is these exchange leaders, these people are going in and they're literally siphoning funds out of people's accounts. So I came across a report and it says centralized exchange hacks surged nearly 1,000%. We're talking about high profile breaches and hacks. All have surpassed 2023's total of 1.69 billion. And this is only on centralized exchanges themselves. In just Q2 alone, it was $401 million across 5 incidents. And yet people still are buying crypto and leaving it on the exchanges. Inside the academy, we tell you guys, one, this is a huge no-no. When you're using it in exchange, the first thing you need to be doing is getting it off that exchange instantaneously. It should be like breathing. As soon as it's purchased and you see it, move it. Second nature. And if you didn't know that, and that's a gem for you, you are the prime candidate to be inside this academy, to be taking the Crypto Foundation parts 1 through 5. And I'm not saying that to be salesy. I'm saying that because these times are dire. They aren't waiting. People are going to get steamrolled, but you got to learn this. You have to. You got to learn this. Somebody in the comments wrote, somebody asked me a question, what was my take on RLUSD? So the reason I'm even entertaining this question, and it's a great question, Chris, the reason I'm entertaining that question is because BlackRock just created a stablecoin with Athena Labs, right? Ripple just created a stablecoin. We have stablecoins that exist. We have some that are good, that are transparent, but they're also connected to centralized players. We also have some that don't have the financial backing that they say that they have. The statements that they've been putting out have been falsified, right? So you really don't know who to trust as these stories become, prevalent in the news. If it wasn't for me being a deep diver, going to find information, I probably would have said, oh yeah, Tether's good to use. But it's only good to utilize if you're just using something. But we don't recommend you guys using that. The reason being is because its relationship to Bitcoin. There's been a lot of fraud and nefarious things that go on with it, but the same thing happens with the dollar. So they're one and the same, if you want to be honest. But with RLUSD, I honestly feel like because Ripple has been working with banks, central banks, right now they're at about 300 plus financial institutions. They're working with world agencies and organizations to change the way we transact. And they're implementing a different type of protocol to where everybody can literally use distributed ledger tech. It's decentralized. Everybody can build upon it. It has 100% scalability, no downtime. We've never had any issues with it. It only makes sense why Ripple would come out with a stablecoin. Now, on the other side of that, There are CBDCs that Ripple is assisting countries with creating. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. CBDCs are not it. Programmable money is not it. The people should be 100% against programmable money. You should never have money that is telling you when, where, and how you can spend it. Steve uses this example all the time. He said people are familiar with it who've been on WIC, right? WIC tells you can only spend it in certain places, certain situations. I mean, certain stores. You can only purchase certain goods and things with it. That's a form of it. Now think about it like this: if somebody gave you a card and the card had an expiration date on it, you had to spend it, you could not save it, and they told you when, where, and how it could be spent. Would you sign up for that? Would you want that? Like, does that even make sense as grown adults who are responsible in handling their own financial well-being, their own situations? You guys pay bills every month. You handle business. You make investments. You scale your money. You grow your businesses with it. You use it as a tool, as you should. Now, imagine somebody telling you, oh, no, you can't spend your money on that. Oh, no, you can't do that. Oh, no, that's not allowed. Transaction blocked. Oh, you went too far. You know, sometimes you go to one store and the store might be in close proximity to you, 2, 3 minutes away, and they don't have something that you need. So you drive further out to another place. With digital programmable money, they're going to put parameters on your money. You can only spend it in this quadrant. Now we're talking about you infringing on my right to travel. There's so much jam-packed in just programmable money and CBDCs. I'm not with it. I don't stand for it. And we also, inside the academy, you guys got a masterclass on this. That's part of the invisible systems, FedNow, CBDCs, and the social credit system. If you haven't watched that, make sure you guys go watch that immediately, because that's another thing you guys need to make sure you're abreast of and you're preparing for. We gave you guys a multitude of resources within that masterclass for you guys to have. And the reason we do that is not to scare anybody. We always do it to inform. The more you're informed, the more empowered you are. And the more you guys are able to make better decisions, better choices, and prepare yourself for what's to come. Right? We don't have the crystal ball. We just been in this market. We got time in market. We've been here long enough to understand what's happening, what's going on, and what will continue to happen. All right. So for the most part, I feel like I was preaching today, but I wanted to shoot from the hip. Right. I went over some articles. You guys understand what the articles are, but you guys can honestly read whatever article that we put out. I wanted to talk to you guys from the gut and how I felt. Because I'm seeing by the day that people are being impacted negatively with just minor mistakes that they don't have to make. And you can literally get over it if you just get the information, if you just educate yourselves. If you don't want to do it by yourself for free because you don't have the time, I would implore you, pay $50 a month, get everything that you need, be surrounded by a community, ask questions, ask other people who've been here, who've been in this market, who have time in it, who can lead you the right way and keep you protected and safe. Because at the end of the day, we all have a job. We all have a duty. And that duty is to serve others. It's important. So when I preach about crypto, I changed my paradigm. My ideology in crypto has changed. Yes. When I first got into it, I always felt the need to want to help somebody, right? I hated seeing us be the last to the party. And then I would see the other side sharing information freely, getting wealthy, getting in position, getting other opportunities that I felt like we weren't getting. I wanted to be a change maker. So now I'm not focused on just money. My focus heavily, when I first got into crypto, I was just a money guy. I'm just a money guy. I focus on a lot about bread. And that's not it. That doesn't define me. That doesn't tell you who I am. That doesn't tell you about my morals and principles. Money is just money. It's a thing. It's a tool. You use it, you scale with it, you help others with it, you help society benefit from it, and you get out the way. That's it. But now I truly see that if we as a collective don't take our power back, teach others, grow communities, show people the way, and give them an entry and an exit, we're doomed. Because at that point, all we're doing is leaving our lives to happenstance. And I don't know about y'all, but I ain't going for it. So when we put out courses for you guys, not even just on the crypto side, you guys know, if you're not, everybody that's on this call, if you haven't joined the AI Visionaries Network, you need to be in it. It's free to join. It costs you absolutely nothing. And on the walk-in, you walk right into value. It smacks you right in the face. Multitude of courses, all available for you. So when people's jobs, now we're getting personal. When people's jobs get impacted, you're losing your jobs to technology, we're automatically, one, telling you what this technology is, how it impacts you, how you use it already, right? We're giving you all of this information right on the walk-in. So the AI Visionaries Network is key. I need you guys to make sure you join it, you get into it. Yes, we have paid product in there, but we also have a ton of free product in there. So if you're interested, once you get in, we're not asking you for anything. We're just trying to get you surrounded by a community of like-minded people who all want to learn this technology. We could be able to build businesses and just educate ourselves, because that's the most important thing of all. And then now, if you want to get personal and you know your job, we have a couple people on this call right now. I'm just using people as an example. So Ruth is in the medical field. She got her AI job report. It tells her exactly the tools that she needs to be able to upskill and to grow in her current field or into the field that she wishes to get into, and how to leverage AI. And what that boils down to, the same thing I've been telling you guys this whole call, the power of information. So if y'all want to sit on your hands, I can't say feel free to, because then I feel like I'm doing you a disservice by even agreeing with that. I'm made uncomfortable every single day in this business, in this venture, by Steve Bayonne. And you know what? I'm honored, because I never had somebody on my neck like that. Never. And you know what it does? It pinpoints any deficiencies, any distractions, any chinks in my armor. It lets me know exactly where my Achilles heel is. And I got somebody to say, listen, you got to get this tight. You got to get this right. Because if your job is to be here for the betterment of other people, not only do you have to be better, you have to do better. So every single day, I take data, I take information, I take critiques from not only just Steve, but definitely from Steve in these verticals that we do. That guy is super sharp. And I'm honored. I'm honestly honored to be here, to be able to serve. Because I know if I was doing what I was doing in the past and I was just focused on money, I wouldn't have any sort of impact on people. Not to this magnitude, not to this extent. I wouldn't really have a care. You kind of operate with a different type of energy when you just focus on just money. And truth be told, it is kind of whack. I used to like try to fight it, but it is kind of whack. Because at the end of the day, you really don't care about people. You're just chasing a thing. So you really don't care how you impact others, how you might speak to somebody, how you make somebody else feel, how you might take an opportunity away from somebody who truly needs it or deserves it, because you're chasing something. Anything that you're chasing, it's going to run away. But I don't want to keep preaching, but I just felt that in my core. I wanted to get that off. Today, we are joined by one of our students to an incredible human being. Without further ado, I want to bring up Mr. Andre Green from Seneca Village Insurance. He's going to talk to you guys, give you guys some gems. He's going to give you guys some updates of what's going on. So without further ado, Mr. Green.
Appreciate the intro, champ. Thank you so much, bro.
Yes, sir. Talk to
Just
him.
do me a favor. I don't know if I have screen sharing abilities. Do I?
You do.
I do. Perfect. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. I just want to share my screen real quick with everyone. So, can you see my screen? Perfect.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So, jumping on today, guys. I'm not going to be talking too much about insurance per se, but I've been talking to Champ and Steve and a couple other of my other friends who are in the space of giving, right? Because you guys are in this academy, and as you guys have already know, I don't have to tell you guys, Scranton Academy is a place that provides extreme amount of value, paid and unpaid. It's not about the money, it's about doing the right thing for the community. And coming from a space of insurance, I deal a lot with people's personal finances. And I've been working on a few things behind the scenes, which I'm going to start sharing with everyone starting October 15th. We're doing it's a series that I'm calling Family Meeting. The purpose of family meeting is these are the conversations that we as individual families should have been having around money. And I mean all of it. We're covering lots of topics, not all on the first call, but over the next few weeks to months that I will be doing the series, we're going to talk about that. So some of the things we're going to be covering, one of them will be insurance because I'm the insurance guy. So we're going to talk about the importance of life insurance, term versus whole life, and what you can do with it. But we're also going to be talking about 529 plans for the kids. We're going to be talking about regular budgeting. We're going to talk about credit. We're going to talk about good debt versus bad debt. We're going to talk about what's been going on with everyone getting business funding. Why are they pushing it so much? We're talking about our parents, right? A lot of our parents are at retirement age. So what does that look like when they're sort of transitioning out of their working life to now their retired life? How does that affect their finances? Can they retire? Are they moving in with you? Are they moving in with other family? Are they moving into assisted livings? What happens with their health insurance? Because when they're not working anymore, those things don't automatically transfer over. So how is that getting paid? Disability insurance, that's a big thing. We're talking about regular financing for cars, right? When is a good time to buy a car? When should we be advising someone about getting, a secondhand car versus going to the bank and getting a loan, right? Those are the conversations as a family that everyone didn't have. I didn't have. I have my dad is an accountant. We spoke a lot about taxes when I was growing up. He gave me some tips on credit, but where we are now, and I said this not too long ago, our generation will be the first generation to experience a couple of things. One being we're going to get passed down a bunch of wealth because our parents have made quite a bit of money. They bought homes, and we're going to have our parents living in these same houses at the exact same time. There's a transition that's going to happen for our generation that has not happened with any other generation before us. So how do we manage that? How do we move us safely and smartly into our next phase? How do we move our kids from their, high school and elementary school into college? And how do we move our parents out of work and into retirement? All of these things are going to happen at the exact same time over the next 10 to 15 years. And my goal for the family meeting series is to give everyone, if not the foundation, the right questions to ask. Because it all starts with our knowledge base. If we don't know what to ask, we don't know what we don't know. I'm gonna put everything on the table, and it's not a thing where it's not a sales thing. I'm literally having an open forum for people to come in there. We're gonna talk about one topic for about a half an hour to 45 minutes. We're gonna open it up to Q&A because I've been getting a lot of questions from clients, from friends, from family. What do I do about this? What do I do about this? We're all feeling the crunch right now when it comes to the economy contracting, and it's affecting all of us in lots of different ways, but it's all of no matter what it is, it's hitting your pocket. That's just what it is. So how do we navigate this storm we're in right now? What does it look like on the other side? And how do we not lose what we will have gained throughout that process? And that's the purpose of really the family meeting. So I hope all of you guys can join the family meeting when we have it on the 15th. I'm going to drop the link for the registration in the Zoom. Like I said, it is free. There is no charge for it. It's an open thing. It'll be at 7 p.m. And as soon as I find this taskbar again, I can drop it in the chat because I don't know where it went. Let me see if I can stop sharing if that'll help. There it goes. All right. So yeah, that's the link for everyone. Like I said, it's not a sales thing. I just wanted to open it up to the community that Champ and Steve has been so gracious to let me speak to, and I just want to sort of spread the word, and I hope that you guys can join and get on there when it happens on the 15th. That's 7 p.m.
Nah, that's that's powerful, man. I greatly appreciate that. So listen, everybody copy and paste that link so you guys can register. I want everybody on this call to make sure you guys are registered for that. Because one, we also and always want to support one, our community, but two, what Andre is doing is incredible. It's super impactful. And he's been pushing on the social media side. Dre, I just want to tip my hat to you. Listen, I'm connecting with that content.
I
You've been
appreciate
going
it. Thank
crazy
you.
lately, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for putting this out in the forefront. So we need this. Definitely more talks like this. Um, One thing I also want to bring to everybody's attention. So, Andre,
Yes, sir.
if I'm not mistaken, didn't you do a master class for us?
I absolutely did a master class. That one was on insurance and what to do once you start receiving all of that millions and millions of dollars from all that crypto that's going up, right? It's one thing to make
Absolutely.
the money. It's more important to keep it.
That's a
So where
bar.
do you put it once you get it?
That's a bar.
So if you're inside of the academy, please check out that video. I have quite a few of your students already have reached out to me. I've worked with a few of them already. We're putting some things in place to set them up for the future, right? Because a lot of stuff that I do doesn't resonate. It doesn't happen right away. It's some
Mhm.
down the line kind of stuff. But you have to prepare for the feast, right? You don't plant the tree today and eat today. You plant the seed today and you eat tomorrow. So what happens
Absolutely.
when it gets here? You got to be prepared for that also.
Listen, that masterclass was impactful. The infinite banking money glitch. He's your guy.
Yeah.
His contact info is inside that masterclass. It's inside professional, and it's an hour and 27 minutes long. The presentation and the Q&A, it's going to answer a lot of your questions and a lot of the things that you guys will have questions about. But his presentation was so flawless, a lot of your questions are going to be answered before you guys get on the call. So by the time you actually call and schedule your consultation, it's just going to be straight to business. All
And
right.
I know I told you, Champ, that that masterclass I did for you guys is a one of one. No one else actually has that presentation because I did it specifically for crypto and for the Skyton Academy. So all of the things that I cover in there, it's strictly related to cryptocurrency and how you can utilize insurance and cryptocurrency together.
So what you're telling me is that's exclusive value.
100%. Nobody else has it. Nobody else literally has that except for you guys.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. All right. So listen, when we tell you guys to get inside the academy, it's not just a push, it's not just a ploy. We care. We're bringing exclusive, unshared information right to your front door with the contact. And on your own time, all you guys have to do is tap in. So, first things first, make sure you guys are in the building and you are registered for his upcoming talk, October 15th. The link is inside the chat right now. Every single person on here, copy that link, post it into your browser so you guys have it. I'll also provide it inside the description below. And second, if you have not already watched it, I want you guys to go and watch the masterclass. It's called Wealth Strategy Through Insurance with Andre Green. It's right there at your fingertips. And we can see everybody who takes it. So, I just want you guys to know, like we're tracking that data. We can see it. So make sure you guys actually go in and partake. This information that we're giving you, this is next level. But it's not going to impact you if you're not executing. So make sure you guys are seizing the opportunity. All right. Dre,
Sir.
did you have anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, that was it. Just wanted to just make the announcement, let invite everyone to it, and hopefully I get to see everybody on there. I'm hoping to, as usual, provide a lot of value and over deliver. And honestly, my goal is just to open the conversation and allow everyone have a space to have that conversation, right? Where do you go to talk about money now, right? A lot of our families do not have these conversations. A lot of us don't do the Sunday or evening sit down dinners anymore. We're always
Yeah,
on the run. We're always moving around. So how are you, one, educating yourself about money? How are you educating your kids about money? How are you educating your parents about money? This information goes in both directions. It's not just one. So reach one, teach one. That's what I'm here to do.
absolutely. So Will asked a question in the chat. He said, "Can we invite family that's not part of Skyton Academy yet?"
Everyone's family. If you
Let's
got the
go.
link, send it out. Everyone's family. We're all cousins now. So let's all get it together. We all win together. The information's for everybody.
Absolutely. That's what I love to hear. Dre, greatly appreciate your presence. Thank you so much for talking to everybody. Thank you so much for your contribution. We greatly appreciate you, not only just for the work that you do, but for what you're doing for everybody else outside of us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Greatly appreciate you. All right, y'all. Do me a favor. Hit the chat with some fire emojis. Y'all show Dre some love. Thank him for being here today. He could have been anywhere in the world, but he was rocking with Skype. And yeah. Let's go. Greatly appreciate that. So listen, everybody, I'm gonna drop and just because there's more people that's on the call right now, and I know there's gonna be even more people that watch the replay. If you are not already inside of the AI Visionaries Network, what I need you guys to do right now in the chat is drop a number 2. I'm not singling you guys out. I just want to assess the amount of people on the call who may not personally be in already in that group. It's free to join. So if you aren't in it, I strongly urge you to get in. And I'm about to drop the link because I want you guys in there. All right. So I appreciate the tools. Now, everybody who is already inside the group, who's been partaking in the courses, who's been on the live calls, who's been getting the data, who's been getting the information and been applying it, do me a favor. In the chat, if it's fire, give it a fire emoji. If it's trash, give it a trash can. I just need to know. And the people who put number 2s in the chat, I want them to know from y'all, not me. That's what I like to hear. And that's what I like to see. All right, so guys, inside the chat right now, I just dropped, for those of you who have not signed up, I just dropped 2 links. One link is for you guys to get your personalized AI job report. It is a masterfully crafted job report for every single person whose job is being impacted by artificial intelligence. Even if you're not ready to make that purchase right now, I need you guys to get inside of the AI Visionaries Network. We have a live call coming up this Saturday, and it's going to be AI for breakfast. If you know anything about those calls, Steve always comes on and bombs and serves. You guys need to definitely be on that call. And we have members that's on that call right now who have gotten their reports. We are currently working on the other reports. We will have them available for you guys shortly. So, we see the emails, we see the inquiries for the status updates and all that. We're just letting you guys know they're on the way. All right. For everybody that's watching this call who will watch the replay, the link will be available inside the description. And we want you guys to be on board to the AI Visionaries Network. And to everybody else, we want you guys to be blessed, be wise, be diligent, be safe, be secured. These days and times that we are in right now, they are pivotal. Things are happening fast. They are happening rapidly. And in a blink of an eye, a lot can happen. So I want you guys just on your P's and Q's, antennas up at all times, head on the swivel. And let's learn, let's grow, let's build, and let's connect. All right? So that concludes Dot Connect Wednesdays, episode 67. This was a little glimpse into my passion. You know what I mean? I'm done playing small, like Steve said. He said he playing small. Listen, I was playing small, and that ain't it. You guys deserve so much more from us, and if we're gonna lead the pack, I know I am definitely about to step into my rightful position. You know what I mean? So I got y'all. There's gonna be way more heat on the way. You can hold me accountable to it. Thank you for everybody who's here on the call. You know what I mean? Devoting your time and your energy, and everybody that's inside the academy, making sure you guys are taking the courses and taking this thing seriously. It means the world to me. I know it means the world to Steve. So greatly appreciate y'all. All right. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Big love.